April 5th, 2026. Look, this person wrote something, right? So I go to the video where it says it's that. We go to comments, it's not there.
Close the gate. They never do.
No comments on top.
I'm just kidding.
No reasons. So what the hell happened to that comment? It's kind of creepy. Kind of creepy. And then I go back to the thing. And it like disappears. And then you can't go to the actual person. You can only mute them, hide the notification, or turn off channel activity notifications. Huh? What the fuck? So I'm gonna just delete it. It's been there for a week, but I'm like, how did that happen, first of all? How did I get a comment and then I go to the comment and it's not there? Like, what is YouTube doing right now? Did a perp get what do you call it? Get offended by that line? Good. You should be offended. Stop fucking around. So yeah, that's a form of gang stalking. Listen, they love to do anything to piss me off, right? They messed with another family member of mine today, screaming on a holiday. And then just drained so drained later. They do it on purpose. They don't know it's gang stalking when it happens to them. When they scream like that. I know it's that. Because I know what that is. Whatever. Yeah, so I saw that comment on Friday. So I go check on it in the YouTube studio, and it's not there. It's not there at all. Not on the mentions and nothing. So, probably Queefer hand job probably took it away. Which I don't know how he has any right to do. Like, how does he even have that power? But whatever. But, well, I guess when there's a will, there's a way, right? Whatever. So I was in a hairdresser on Friday. For some reason, all the hairdressing places have lime green paint everywhere. They always use a lot of bright colors. Right? They always use lime green for some reason. I don't know why. That didn't matter. I was there for a long time. It was full in there. Oh my gosh. I never saw it that full before in my life. So, the Switchy Poo came out. My other neighbors across the street, too, the wives came out. As soon as I sat out there, I was leaving when she came out. And, of course, she did that. My family came home, like, a couple of minutes after that, of course. Why would she get caught doing stuff? It went fine. My hair came out nice. At least I think so. If anybody else doesn't think so, I don't care. Newsflash, don't care. So I waited for my car service. And as I'm waiting, a car pulls up to the stoplight with right near the headlights, they put lime green masking tape or washing tape, whatever it was, on the side of the headlights. And I couldn't get a video of it, but I got a nice quick picture. We almost ran somebody over. The guy was in the way. Dude was wearing my favorite team's clothes. He was on a bike. Sorry, it just keeps falling. He was on a bike, and he was actually driving into us. So, on the sidewalk, he was in the street. So he was, he's cursing us out. I don't give a fuck. Don't be a perp. I don't feel bad for perps. When stuff happens to them, like, that's your karma. Well, they really think they're gonna get away with this stuff still. I mean, it looks like they are, but they're not. They're all getting sick. My high school ex-friend wound up passing away from cancer, and she used to always talk about everybody. Everybody. She made fun of so many people. Like, for no reason. There was no reason for her to do that. She was just an asshole. You know, I figured she'd stop after high school, whatever. I guess not. So she came around my house one day, and for some reason my camera didn't catch it, but she was like telling her boyfriend or whoever it was to say hi to me, and she thought it was hysterical. She's like, I can't believe you did that. What the fuck is your problem? Like, what is wrong with her? And then like 10 minutes later I saw her. I was on the train. And I went to, there's a beach near me, but I have to take the train to get there. So I get to the actual stop, and I see her in the train station. And she was in a wheelchair, so I don't know how she got there first. Then I see her talking to somebody, pointing up at me, and I wish I would have recorded it. And then they give me a dirty look. So I gave them a couple minutes before I left the train station. And they were already, going down the block. I'm like, are you fucking serious? That's not a coincidence. That's gang stalking. So that was like a few years ago. And she didn't do it again. It was just very random that she did that. Out of the blue. We hadn't talked to each other in years. So maybe my ex-friend that lives in my neighborhood. Because, he's another one. Maybe they hung out together and he told her to do that. You know what I mean? Like, he's very petty, so. And he likes to gossip about people, too. So, and my new friend, we both knew her. She knew her from summer camp, and I knew her from actual school. She was a big old hoe there. My ex-friend, she got kicked out of her school to go to my school. So I'm like listening to the story at the summer camp. And I'm like, oh my God, she said the same thing about those people when I was friends with her. I knew she was full of shit. So maybe that's why she didn't like me either. A couple years go by, I see her on social media after high school. And so she was a witch. She was practicing Wiccan. So she would say, bless B, and then somebody else in my class. I stopped talking to them too because of that. Like, hell no. A Christian cannot be friends with a witch. You gotta give your life to Christ and then we'll be friends, because I can't do it. Because they are very jealous. And they will put spells on you. Erin definitely, honey wasn't Erin, but she put a spell on me. A year before high school. I had like a very good grades and everything. I was about to graduate, and then something happened, and I felt this presence in my room. Now, I wasn't even spiritually aware yet that could happen, but I kind of figured it was her because she was a witch. There could have been other people with her too. A lot of people didn't like me back then either. A lot of people are fake friends with you, and that's how it usually starts when you're a T.I. So I'm like, okay, I haven't seen her in years, since that last time. I looked her up on social media. I didn't see her at all. Like, she used to have social media. Like, I used to, go on there. So I'm like, what the heck? What happened to her? I Googled her name, and she passed away from cancer last year. So now I know somebody else that was heavily gang stalked by a family. They all died of cancer. Do you see a pattern here? Look, when you're a gang stalking bitch, first of all, you're doing witchcraft against people. And what does God say? Touch not my anointed. So he's not playing games. So in the end, he will take you out. So anyways, we find out last year that Witchy Poo and her husband both have cancer. Guess what? They're still practicing witchcraft. I don't see the video that I posted. I don't think I did. But the night before Christmas Day, so Christmas Eve, I'm sleeping, right? I was sleeping very good too. Tell me why the husband goes into the backyard. We have a shared alleyway, unfortunately. At 6 in the morning, stands near my window and starts making noises. I didn't even bother to get up to look because I was just too damn tired and I was finally sleeping. Usually he goes out there to sweep in the alleyway, sweep the leaves or whatever. That's fine, but he does that at 6 in the morning, so that's not fine. Always on a Saturday, usually. This was a Friday. I'm like, you did that for what? I'm like, he was definitely doing something. So I get up like an hour later. By the time I get dressed and everything, I go in the backyard. I see what's going on in the alleyway. There was a fig from my tree in the backyard. Now this is winter time, right? Christmas time, winter. So we have figs, we get them in the summer. In the winter, the figs shrivel up. And they shrink or whatever, and then, they get ready to be, grow again. So there was a fig, a shriveled up fig on my windowsill. That means he went into my backyard. It's only separated by a gate, by the way. He went into my backyard, took it off the tree, and then put it on my windowsill. So I'm like, you motherfuckers still doing that shit. When I had my last channel, the wife was putting bread and chocolate and all kinds of stuff on my windowsill. She even had like a big Italian bread with a bite mark in it. She didn't put it in my windowsill right away. But I heard the door open. And I saw it out the window. I saw it was on. For some reason, they didn't get rid of the shoe rack. There was a shoe rack out there from the landlord when he lived there. And they never went out and threw it out. Like, they don't use it, so why would you not throw it out? So she put it there. And I had made a video when it happened. Took some pictures. And I'm like, ew, there's a bite mark in it. So I took it and flung it over their shed. Before she could put it on my windowsill. So then she did so many more stuff. But on Halloween, she threw a Snickers bar at my window. She unwrapped the Snickers bar and flung it out. Then, like, I heard it hit the window. And I was watching some scary movies at that point. I don't watch those anymore, but I did. So I'm watching, it was like 10 o'clock at night. I hear boom. I was like, oh, crap, she did that again. I'm like, I'm not yelling at her. Fuck her. That's what she wants, so I'm not gonna yell at her. Don't give them what they want. Don't give in to them, because they like that. That's funny. It's feeding the demonic entity that's in them. So anyways, so that time around too, I didn't yell at her. I just took a picture of it. I think I videoed it, I'm not sure. But I haven't really checked my channel in a while. So, and then I just threw out the fig, that's it. But I go in the backyard and he broke a lot of stuff. A lot of little trinkets that we have back there to decorate. Because he's the only one that's allowed to have fruits and vegetables and flowers in his backyard. And decorations. And they don't even go back there most of the time. So, I'm thinking to myself, they both have cancer. He lost his license because he don't have a car on the driveway. And they're still doing that stuff. how do you have the time to be doing that stuff when you're sick like that? So I guess when there's a will, there's a way with these psychopaths. That's why I'm not yelling at them. Like, she knew I was going out the other day to get my hair done. Because that's what she always did. Every time I would sit outside, she would she would open the door and throw something in the garbage. Like a little tiny piece of garbage. Just so she could open it and like fling the door open to try to scare me. And the first time she did, I yelled at her and she was laughing her ass off. So after that, I don't yell at her anymore, but I do film her. Because what are you fucking doing, first of all? They don't stop. These fucking perps do not stop. And guess what? God is watching everything they do. So when I don't scream at them, literally good things happen to me. So I'm going to keep that in mind next time I really want to punch a perp. I'm going to really keep that in mind. So. And they gang stalked me in a new way. I had stuff, I'm in bad health, so I have some services. Now they're all getting taken away from me. And that's a form of gang stalking too. So now tomorrow I have to fix that. And I'm fighting that tooth and nail too. Because no fucking way am I letting these perps get away with anything. I'm gonna pray about everything anyway, but it's like, no. You know what? No. You're not taking nothing away from me that I had to fight to get in the first place. When everybody else, all they do is go there and they get it because they know somebody that works there. That should be wrong. But it never is. They never get in trouble for that stuff. So, my neighbor got workman's comp. He works. He still works. He's a crybaby, and they felt bad for him, and they gave him workman's comp. He's not injured in any way. But then these people get away with it. Like, I'm not filming, and I'm going to send it out, because then I'll get in trouble for that. So, whatever. Rules for thee and not for me, you know what I mean? That's what they say, and it's true. If you really watch it, it's true. So, we can't have no one nice holiday without yelling. That makes sense. I'm like, what the fuck did I do now? I didn't do shit. But that's kind of why I don't want to be married either. I don't want somebody yelling at me. You know what I mean? And some of us T.I S have to stay single because we get the honey trap people all the time. We never get the good people. We always get the honey trap people. Which is really fucking shitty, but there's so many diseases out there right now. It's herpes. It's gross. I saw pictures of people they had herpes all over their mouth. It was gross. I was like, no thank you. I'll stay single. I am not compromising my health. Like, what is wrong with people? Why don't they fucking use protection? Dumbasses. Anyway. And that's perps too. You ever see a perp with a cold sore on his upper lip? I have. So yeah, I came back from getting my hair did. As soon as we pulled up to Dunkin', Buddha Smurf comes by with a suitcase. I'm like, bitch, you ain't going nowhere. And they make it look like they're going somewhere. They're not. They're literally there just to see if they can piss you off. He wasn't too happy to see me, though. Oh, well. So after a few minutes, I'm sitting there. And the po-po comes in. The auxiliary one. I filmed it, but I'm in it, so I'm not going to post it. This is the same people they came into the other Dunkin' when it was across the street. That was a good video. And he's like, he said something to me, the cop. I was like, what the fuck? I forgot what it was. I had that on camera, but not his face, but what he said. I don't know if I still have that video. I'm telling you, I had a virus on my computer, so I lost a lot of pictures and videos and stuff. That was a form of gang stalking too. Anyways, so I'm waiting. Like I said, waiting for the new. After they left, a guy came in. Not came in, but he was walking past. His phone was down. He was confused. I had to tow camo, but it looked like it was brand spanking new. Like the handler went to the store at the end, the clothing, and then told him to just wear it and just walk around. Oh. And we got the homeless lady. She comes in. She has to sit next to me. She's talking to herself. She probably spit out witchcraft spells. And she took my picture. I have it on my channel, but it's copyright strike. You know why? Because the fucking music was playing. The music never works. The radio never works in there. And that day it did. That was not a coincidence. The fact that she laughs every time she sees me, fucking crazy bitch. Maybe I'll wear my Sprite shirt tomorrow. Nice and lime greenish. I got a lime green Solo cup right now with water in it. You know, Easter colors. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be going to Dunkin' tomorrow eventually. Just gotta do some stuff at home. And I'll go out. You know, I can't just stay home and do nothing. I have to do something. Not too. They don't want you to do anything. And that's about it, basically. Yeah, another form of gang stalking. When somebody actually comments on your channel, you see the notification and then it's not there in the comments. Not shocked at all. It's the way of a T.I. life. Whatever.